Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Snack and Cure, where small things from nature open big doors for our health and imagination. Today, I want to take you on a slow, fragrant walk beneath the green canopy of an unassuming tree whose fruit looks like tiny suns caught in autumn light, the star gooseberry. Softly tart, citrus bright, and deceptively humble, the star gooseberry, botanical name Philanthus acidus, sometimes called Otaheite gooseberry, is a fruit that has been pressed into kitchens, folk pharmacies, and family stories across the tropics for centuries. In this episode, we'll linger over its uses: culinary, cosmetic, and medicinal. And we'll also speak plainly about precautions, side effects, possible drug interactions, and sensible directions for use. This is not a clinical lecture. It's an invitation to learn, to respect, and to use wisely. A quick portrait. What is the star gooseberry? Imagine a little apple, flattened and ribbed like a tiny wheel, pale green to yellow with a tang that makes your eyes water in the best possible way. That's the star gooseberry. It grows on small trees common in home gardens throughout Southeast Asia, Africa, the Caribbean, and parts of Latin America. The pulp is compact, juicy, and full of a lively, sour-sweet flavor. The seeds are few and sometimes discarded. The skin is thin and edible when the fruit is ripe. Nutritionally and chemically, star gooseberry is noteworthy. It is a source of vitamin C, dietary fiber, and several phytochemicals, polyphenols, flavonoids, tannins, and carotenoids that act as antioxidants. Modern analyses also show measurable amounts of beta-carotene and trace minerals that make the fruit more than a mere snack. It is a small, nutrient-dense package. Food Science Journal Plus 112 uses how people have used star gooseberry through time. Culinary uses. Tang and balance star gooseberries live in the kitchen. Fresh, they are enjoyed with a sprinkle of sugar, salt, or chili powder in many households. Their high acidity and firm texture make them ideal for preserving. Pickles, preserves, chutneys, and sweet tart syrups are classic preparations. In some cultures, the fruit is candied or sun-dried and later folded into desserts. The sour note of the gooseberry is the bright line that can lift heavy, fatty dishes. Think of it as the citrus of gardens where lemons are not native. Beverage and cordial syrup or cordial from star gooseberry is a common remedy and refreshment. A spoonful of syrup in water becomes cooling, restorative summer cordial. Fermented beverages and vinegars made with the fruit also appear in traditional recipes. Folk remedies and traditional medicine. Across regions, star gooseberry has been used in folk medicine for complaints ranging from sore throat and cough to digestive sluggishness and jaundice. Its tart pulp has been used as a throat gargle, and decoctions of leaves or bark appear in some traditional pharmacopoeias for their anti-inflammatory or digestive actions. Recent reviews and laboratory studies highlight antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, and antimicrobial activities of extracts from Philanthus acidus, giving scientific credence to some long-standing traditional uses. Still, most of these studies are preliminary and done in lab or animal models. Human clinical evidence is scarce, and further research is needed. Food Science Journal +1 cosmetic and topical uses crushed. Pulp or blended paste is used in some folk practices as a facial rinse or mild astringent. The vitamin C and organic acids can brighten dull skin temporarily. As with any topical herb, patch testing is essential. Sensory and culinary directions. How to prepare and enjoy star gooseberry. Here are gentle, everyday ways to include star gooseberry in your life. Fresh with a twist. Slice or halve small, tart fruits. Sprinkle lightly with sugar or a pinch of salt and chili. Eat immediately. The combination of sour, sweet, and heat is a simple, brilliant palate cleanser. Quick syrup. Simmer cleaned fruits with an equal weight of sugar and a splash of water until they collapse and the liquid thickens. Strain if desired, bottle, and keep refrigerated. Use the syrup in sparkling water, iced tea, or drizzle it over yogurt and pancakes. Pickles and chutneys. Traditional recipes call for coarse chopping, spices, mustard seeds, fenugreek, chili, and oil. Allow time for flavors to meld. Days to weeks, and savor the fruit's ability to cut through richness. Tea, decoction, gentle. Add a few thin slices of fruit to hot water and steep 5 to 10 minutes for a tart, vitamin-rich infusion. See the safety section for cautions about frequent, concentrated intake. Culinary pairings. Roasted pork or grilled fish take well to a gooseberry chutney. The fruit also complements spicy stews and bean dishes by balancing fat and starch. Remember, culinary use, whole fruit or modestly cooked, is the safest, most time-tested way to experience the benefits. Preparing the fruit with heat often increases palatability and helps deactivate any minor bitter components. Specialty produce Pleasant 14. What the science suggests, briefly, laboratory analyses and recent reviews highlight star gooseberry's potential as an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent. Several studies suggest extracts may modulate glucose-related enzymes and markers. That is, they might exert modest anti-diabetic effects in experimental models, and in vitro work shows antimicrobial activity against certain pathogens. The fruit's fiber and acidity can also support digestive health and regularity when used as part of a balanced diet. Caution: promising lab findings are not the same as proven clinical treatments. Many studies use concentrated extracts or isolated compounds at doses not achieved by simply eating the fruit. Thus, while star gooseberry shows pharmacological potential, it should not replace prescribed medications or medical advice. Biomed Pharma Journal 215. Precautions and warnings. Who should be careful? Nature's plants are complex chemical libraries. A flavorful fruit can be harmless for most people and problematic for others. Please pay attention to the following precautions. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. There is limited reliable information about the safety of star gooseberry in pregnancy and breastfeeding. Traditionally, some cultures have used related gooseberry species for varied purposes. But when it comes to taking medicinal doses, as opposed to culinary amounts, it's prudent to avoid concentrated extracts or large quantities during pregnancy and breastfeeding until safety is established. Children and small ones. For toddlers, cut fruit into small manageable pieces to avoid choking. The tartness may upset very young stomachs. Introduce the fruit gradually. Kidney or urinary conditions. Because some herbal preparations can be diuretic or affect kidney function, persons with kidney disease or those on medications that influence renal function should discuss use with their health care provider. Allergies and sensitivities. If you have a history of fruit allergies or reactions to related species, practice caution. Apply a small patch test if you plan to use a topical preparation. Large quantities and concentrated extracts. Eating 1 or 2 fruits daily as part of a mixed diet is generally considered safe for most people. Excessive consumption, especially of concentrated preparations, may increase the risk of side effects. See below. Certain lab studies use potent extracts far beyond what one would eat fresh, so don't assume concentrated forms are equivalent to the ripe fruit in a bowl. Food Science Journal, +116. Side effects. What to watch for most people who eat star gooseberry as food will notice no trouble. But a few issues have been reported or are theoretically possible. Gastrointestinal upset. Large amounts may cause stomach discomfort, bloating or mild diarrhea in sensitive individuals, especially when taken on an empty stomach or in concentrated forms. Oral irritation. The fruit's high acidity can occasionally cause mouth or throat irritation in acid-sensitive individuals. Allergic reactions. Rarely, skin rashes, itching, or respiratory symptoms may occur. If any allergy signs appear, stop use immediately. Impact on blood sugar. Because some laboratory work suggests glucose-modulating activity, people taking anti-diabetic medications should be cautious. Combined effects may lower blood sugar more than intended. See drug interactions. Possible interactions with chemotherapy or high-dose antioxidants. In general, high doses of antioxidants might interfere with certain cancer treatments. If you're undergoing chemotherapy or radiation, don't take large amounts of antioxidant supplements without discussing with your oncologist. Note: if you experience persistent, severe, or worrying symptoms after consuming star gooseberry or any herbal preparation, seek medical help promptly. Food Science Journal +1. 7. Drug interactions. A careful conversation. Herbal drug interactions are a real and occasionally serious phenomenon. Star gooseberry's constituents, vitamin C, polyphenols, and other phytochemicals, suggest a few plausible interactions to watch for, even if direct clinical data remain limited for Phyllanthus ascites specifically. Here are interaction concerns to discuss with your clinician. Anti-diabetic medications because laboratory studies indicate star gooseberry extracts can influence glucose metabolism, potentially lowering blood sugar. Combining the fruit or concentrated extracts with insulin or oral hypoglycemic drugs might increase the risk of hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. If you take diabetes medication, monitor your blood sugar closely before and after adding the fruit to your diet, and tell your prescriber. IOMC World Anticoagulants and Antiplatelet Drugs. Some fruits and herbal products with high antioxidant or vitamin content can alter the effects of blood-thinning medications. Although star gooseberry is not classically associated with vitamin K, which most strongly affects warfarin, it's wise for people on warfarin, Coumadin, NOACs, or antiplatelet drugs, aspirin, clopidogrel, to consult their clinician before using medicinal doses of any unfamiliar herb. Herb warfarin interactions are complex and depend on many factors. Better safe than sorry. PubMed Central +1 Liver metabolized drugs. Phytochemicals can sometimes alter liver enzymes and the way drugs are metabolized, potentially changing drug levels in the blood. If you are on medications with a narrow therapeutic window or those metabolized by the liver, check with your physician or pharmacist. Chemotherapy and radiation high-dose antioxidants may theoretically interfere with certain cancer treatments. People undergoing active cancer therapy should consult their oncology team before taking concentrated herbal extracts or high-dose supplements. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. In short, if you're on prescription medications, especially for diabetes, clotting, heart conditions, or cancer, have an open conversation with your healthcare provider before using star gooseberry beyond ordinary culinary amounts. Practical directions for safe use. If you want to enjoy star gooseberry safely, here are practical, conservative guidelines that blend tradition and modern caution. Culinary. Safe. Every day. Portion. Use 1 to 3 small fruits per day as a food item. Eaten fresh, candied, or in chutney. This is a culinary approach, not a medicinal one. Cooking. Cooking or preserving the fruit, syrup, chutney, pickles reduces acidity and often improves tolerance. Children. Serve cut into small pieces. Avoid giving infants large amounts. For toddlers, start with a small taste. Simple infusion, dinner tea, occasional method. Add 3 to 4 thin slices, or 1 small fruit, to 250-300 milliliters of hot water. Steep 5 to 10 minutes and sip slowly. Frequency. Limit to once daily if used as a gentle digestive or cooling drink. Avoid multiple concentrated doses per day without professional advice. Syrups, tonics, and preserves. Home preparation. Follow standard culinary recipes. Do not add medicinal claims to foods. Preserves and syrups make it easy to use the fruit in moderation. Concentrated extracts and supplements. Avoid self-dosing. Commercial extracts or high-concentration preparations may exceed amounts found in food and carry higher risks. Do not take concentrated extracts if you are pregnant. Breastfeeding on prescription drugs, especially blood thinners. Diabetes meds or chemotherapy, or if you have kidney or liver disease, unless a qualified healthcare provider supervises. Topical use patch test first. Apply a small amount to inner forearm for 24 hours. If no redness or irritation develops, external use, as brief facial rinses or masks, is less risky. Discontinue if irritation appears. When to stop and seek help. If you notice dizziness, fainting, trouble breathing, swelling of face or tongue, significant gastrointestinal distress, or any severe reaction after consumption, stop immediately and seek medical attention. A final. Poetic caution herbs speak to us in two voices, one of help, one of warning. Star gooseberry whispers of sunshine, of tartness that brightens dense food and dull moods. It whispers of vitamin C freeing iron, of tannins calming the gut, of acids that cleanse and flavors that recall childhood. Yet, under its bright note, there is complexity. The chemistry that makes it useful can also mingle with medicines or reveal sensitivities. Use it like you would invite a new friend to your home, with hospitality, curiosity, and respect. Savor the fruit in your salads and syrups. Learn its culinary songs. But if you wander toward concentrated extracts and medicinal regimens, do so under guidance. Thank you for walking among the leaves with me today. If this exploration of the star gooseberry helped you see a familiar fruit with new eyes, please like the video, subscribe to Snack and Cure, and share your own star gooseberry stories in the comments. Recipes, family remedies, or the first time you tried it. If you take medications or have chronic health concerns and you're thinking of using star gooseberry therapeutically, please talk with your healthcare provider first. The world of plants is wide and generous. May your table be full of bright fruits, your pantry hold simple remedies, and your mind remain curious and cautious in equal measure. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to your body, and keep tasting the small wonders of nature.